Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I really need to be doing this slop channel properly. I think what I'm going to frame it as in my head is I'm going to make this go along with the line of logic here, a mini daily podcast, like a mini daily show where I can just chit chat, whatever I've been doing anyway. I just always need to frame things in my head in a funny way. Anyway, I've missed doing this. I was in Scotland for a while on a little vacation and it was very, very, very nice. Scotland is very beautiful. I would like to move there when Nigel Farage gets into power. Like, I don't know why in my head it's like I'm just going to be ran out of my own country when Reform inevitably win in 4 years' time. So, yeah, Scotland, Scottish people, better start building up my Scottish audience for when I move to Scotland. Either that or I've literally never been to Hong Kong, but I was like, do you know what? I'll just move to Hong Kong instead. Anyway, shall we just get into today's video topic, which is... Now, here's the thing about this one. I envisioned this would inevitably happen like 2 years ago because I have a story idea about a reality Hunger Games-esque show, and people aren't going onto it because they need the money or because they live in a poverty-stricken dystopia or because the elites are making them. They're going it, so it's the opposite of Hunger Games. They're doing it by choice in the pursuit of, I don't know, fame. Because I can see, I mean, I originally thought I can see it in like 100 years time in America that there will be a real life Hunger Games and people will go onto it for a chance at fleeting 15 minutes of fame, the same way that people go onto Love Island one season and then by the next season, unless they're the breakout star of that group, they're completely forgotten about. Now I see that 100 years was probably woefully optimistic of me because MrBeast is threatening to make a Hunger Games inspired reality show. I saw a tweet about this that said there are 3 books that prove why this is a bad idea. Look at him. He's got no soul behind his eyes either. I don't care. Jimmy, you have no soul. He has no souls either. Like, souls plural. He has no soul, singular, either. Not to offend anyone with blue eyes. Is it a blue eye thing? Because when I think of people who like clearly have a soulless gaze, Bonnie Blue, him, Bradley Cooper, he has blue eyes as well, doesn't he? Sorry, my blue-eyed people, but like, what's going on? Like, there's not even a spark of awareness behind this. You know how you're not your own thoughts, you are the awareness behind your thoughts, watching them as they spontaneously, you know, grow in your head. He's not got any of that. No thoughts, no. Look, he's got a net worth of $500 million. He can cry about it, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, on November 8th, 2021, comedian Alex Bletchman tweeted a now infamous takedown of a strange relationship between sci-fi and modern culture. Really? Never heard of it. Sci-fi author. In my book, I invented the Torment Nexus as a cautionary tale. The joke starts. Tech company. At long last, we have created the Torment Nexus from classic sci-fi novel Don't Create the Torment Nexus. Torment Nexus has since become shorthand for something that backfired in fiction being unironically replicated in reality. Ooh! Is this why can't I pronounce his name today? Jean Baudrillard. Baudrillardian. Is this a hyper reality we are talking about? George R.R. Martin participating in a direwolf cloning experiment? Torment. That would be awesome though. Like, I'm sorry, they've been threatening my country with a good time for decades because they're always like, we're going to introduce wolves back to the UK. And then they never do it. How cool would it be if we had wolves? They're not going to do anything. They're scared of humans. They're the original Homo sapien to animal bromance. Like, it'll be fine. Introduce the wolves. Stop messing around. Peter Thiel naming his data mining company Palantir after the magical orb that corrupted Saruman in the Lord of the Rings. Torment Nexus. Everything Elon Musk does, it all smacks of Torment Nexus one way or another. What are these advertisements? Is it ADHD or high IQ? Both. But perhaps the best example is in how pop culture reacted to Squid Game. The Korean Netflix series satired capitalism by showing people murdering each other in a competition for a huge cash prize. In response to its smash success, both Netflix and the incredibly popular YouTuber MrBeast decided that the next logical step was to recreate the competition in real life, albeit without the fatal stakes. I know! Everyone's like, oh, his Squid Game series is good, Squid Game The Challenge. And it's like, yeah, but it's like he consumes media without an ounce of critical thought in his head and just thinks, yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. Wow, the Running Man, a competition where you have to like run away from the people and then you win. Yeah, what a great idea. We should do that. Hey, let's up the stakes. Someone should die. Oh, wait, someone literally did die in a recent MrBeast video. I might do a separate video about it. And that happens. People die. Like, I could literally die in the next second and no one would know. How depressing would that be if I died in the next second? This would be my final recording, me talking about MrBeast. It happens, sure, but my umbrage with it was I'll do a separate video on it sometime. Maybe if people want that, because he's done another video recently and I'm a bit like, what is going on? But he's so weird at the moment. Understatement of the year, MrBeast being weird. There was a personal trainer who died. They showed the footage of the producer telling the guy that he'd been training with, who was part of the challenge, about it. And this guy like collapses in grief and is like howling with grief. And they kept that in to like plinky, sad piano music in the background. And it's like, Jimmy, you're not a real fucking human. Like, I refuse to believe he is a real human with real human. Don't anyone come at me for saying that. I'm not a real human with like real human feelings, really. Okay. So, you know, like understands like. He is not a real person. He is. I have seen AI with a better understanding of emotional nuance and empathy than MrBeast. Saying all of that though, when Netflix was doing Squid Game, their Squid Game challenge, I was going to audition for it because you had to like send in a video of you talking about why you'd be good on the show, and I just kept putting it off and I just totally forgot, which is so like, I am the reason I don't get anywhere. I would smack on a game show where you have to be ruthless and just like sacrifice other people. I would be so good on that. Netflix, hit me up. Netflix made a reality show called Squid Game The Challenge, while MrBeast, with the help of Amazon Prime, made a knockoff game called Beast Games. Now the YouTuber is threatening to bring another dystopian blood sport to life. Well, look, I live in the UK, which is already 1984, so whatever. During an appearance on the Today Show, MrBeast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, was asked about his plans for a new series inspired by The Hunger Games, Suzanne Collins' novel of a dystopian world where teens are sent into a deadly arena to compete for resources and entertain elites. I've been sitting on this idea where it'd be fun to grab potentially 26 random people to put them on an island, Donaldson said, and not use real weapons, maybe like laser tag or something like pussy, bruv. Use real, if you're gonna do it, right, don't half-ass a whole thing, whole ass a thing. Use real weapons, give them both. Do you know what? Screw it. Forget what I was saying about morals and empathy and stuff. I'll go on it. I'll do it. I'll be on MrBeast Hunger Games. Give me a real weapon. And I will show you schmucks a good time. Right? I will give the proletariat what they want, which is blood sport, okay? And I will win that cash prize of $500,000. Last remaining one wins $1 million to recreate Hunger Games in real life. Screw it, I'll go on it. Screw it. Like, why? I'm bored of having morals and empathy and trying to do the right thing. Oh, no, better help. I won't work with you. Oh my God, guys. Do you know what? Like, every year they rock around being like, do you want to work for us? And every year I'm like, no, go away. Leave me alone. I slag you off publicly. I slag you off my Instagram. Like, leave me alone. And do you know what they do, guys? They up the price every single time. Me even saying this right now, if I revealed the price that I had to, and I need money. I need money. But the price that I had to go, no, fuck off, essentially. If I revealed it, they probably still would come and knock in 6 months' time, being like, we really want to work with you. I don't want to work with you. And they'll probably double the price. It was thousands. I'm going to cry. I've just got my black coffee here. I've not even had a sip yet. And I'm already like wired off of the smell of it. I'm not in a position to be like, yeah, no. Like, no, I'm not going to. But I did. Because integrity, because it's important, because I'm not going to work with a company that like sells data to Facebook. And I remember when they first started and they were dodgy as fuck. And everyone was working with them. Philip DeFranco, that one therapist lady who was in that one Shane Dawson documentary. I'm not going to work with them. But every 6 months. And I'm here just like gritting my teeth. Like, I just want Raid Shadow Legends back. Some YouTubers would be like, that's not integrity, work for Raid Shadow Legends. But I'm like, why not? It's just a mobile game, and it's a silly mobile game at that. Who cares, kind of thing. What was I complaining about? Oh yes, I had to see that. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry when I saw the rate that they were attempted to give me. I wanted to just cry, but instead I said no, 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 hard no. Every time no. In fact, just don't tell me. Don't tell me. So then I don't know what I'm saying no to. Because imagine they come to me next year and they're like 10 grand. I'm like there with my overdrafts, like, please, better help, leave me alone, stop. What was my point? Oh yeah, integrity, yeah? Right? So what am I getting on my YouTube channel right now? What am I getting? Adverts coming up for BetterHelp. Who's working with them? That singer, Lewis Capaldi. You know that he doesn't need the thousands from You know that. You know that Lewis Capaldi does not need the money from BetterHelp, and there he is doing BetterHelp adverts. I'm just sitting here like gritting my teeth. Like, why am I even trying to have a semblance of morality on this platform? Why, oh why? So, all of this to say, if MrBeast comes and knock him for wanting me to be on his Hunger Games challenge, I will private this video and I will go on it to win $1 million. And can you blame me? Can you blame me? My bank account is crying right now. I'm crying right now. Anyway, the not reviews, not me. See, it's like a podcast. I'm just crashing out. And you can, if you want more crash outs, then subscribe to this channel where I will be crashing out daily over my sad life. The not use real weapons part is a comfort, at least. MrBeast games only alluded to players getting eliminated, but Squid Game the Challenge simulated people being shot by snipers for an ink-filled squib that would explode when a player was knocked out. That sounds awesome. MrBeast's new show, if it comes to fruition, will presumably lean into this fictional mortality. While these shows make for good TV, the actual reality of them is grim. Even beyond the bleak premises, the sweeping concepts have become breeding grounds for abuse and incompetence. In September 2024, a class action lawsuit was filed against MrBeast by multiple Beast Game contestants alleging an unsafe work environment. Yeah, you think? Look, Amazon doing unsafe work environments, what, with the contestants having to like piss in bottles, including sexual harassment and inadequate food and medical care. And women weren't getting like proper period care as well, I think. A similar lawsuit was threatened for Squid Game the Challenge, which contestant claims suffered from lack of basic hygiene supplies. Lovely. There's nothing inherently wrong with competing for money, but it's difficult to imagine how MrBeast would avoid similar controversies and legal issues with an even more contentious concept. Maybe we should just stick to watching actors pretend to murder each other for prizes for Edgar Wright's upcoming Running Man reboot, because we're serious. That's what I said. We're on the same level, inverse. So here's my predictions. 10 years. 10 years time until we see a real life Hunger Games where there would be some people who get involved due to coming from a poverty-stricken economic background. Sure. And yet we would see many people do it for, well, actually in the Hunger Games weren't like, not the capital, but weren't the like districts 1, 2 and 3. They would do it for the fame, wouldn't they? So I guess it would be like that, but just on a more mass scale, because the strive to be viral, to be the person that has the next I be for final boss moment is something that I think the younger gen, not even just the younger gen, but like mainly the younger gen, because they are just, they are hopelessly involved with social media. It's like the phone has, for all of us in a sense, the phone has become a conduit to our uploaded consciousness. Like, you've got the you that is you in your brain, and then you put your phone in your hand, and there is a small part of you, like your soul, that is now in your phone and on social media forever, unless you cut it off or destroy it like a Horcrux. Wait, our phones just Horcruxes? I give it 10 years before we see reality TV shows where the stakes are, you might die, but you could win £1 million and be the next big thing for all of a year until the next big thing comes out. And it will only be sped up and exacerbated by, in fact, I'd put money on MrBeast being the one that does it. You know, he'll get the contracts. The contracts will say 26 people, 25 deaths, 1 survivor, battle royale. Great film, by the way, and good book. And he will hide behind, well, they knew that what they were getting into, and they signed the contract, and they knew the premise when they signed up. Which, sure, then do you save people from themselves? Do you save people from themselves? Because we do all the time anyway. Ambulances, if someone almost dies for a stupid accident that is their fault, an ambulance has to save them. Well, not doctors, not the ambulance just suddenly like growing like fucking arms, like a automaton, like an Optimus Prime. We have to save people from themselves as a society. That's what we do. That's why we have emergency services And yet, is that a good oh no, now I'm playing with some dicey moral issues. Look, sometimes people literally fuck around and find out, right? But they don't do the find out part so much. Are we preventing Darwinism? Are we preventing survival of the smartest and fittest by saving idiots from themselves? That's the real ethical conundrums you come for on the Too Alizee, Too Furious channel. Look, I don't think any of this bodes well for the future, but I will say I will 100% sign up for a Hunger Games inspired reality show. And I'd be there for 2 months? And you know what? BetterHelp would still be fucking emailing me, being like, do you want some money? They're literally, do you know what they are? They're the child catcher from Chi Chi Bang Bang. Just like, free money at the cost of your morals and integrity. And I'm trying to do my best to hide from them. And me saying all of this, if this video got sent to them, they'd still be like, email her in 3 months' time. Like, what is their why are they obsessed with me? I know that I'm funny and smart and pretty, but like, why are you so obsessed with me? So weird. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want, I don't even know why I'm thinking podcast format. It's because my boyfriend keeps listening to the I think it's the Jon Stewart Daily Show. And you know how like podcasters, they are just literally just doing this but in podcast form, and they're just yapping, but it's a lot less edited and a lot less frenetic, I'd say. A bit more like we're enjoying a coffee and we're just chatting. I'm doing that but in video format. So I'm basically just doing a video on YouTube. But in my head, for content to be valid, I need to like stack up so many justifications against it. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh wait, let me know what you think of Mr. Games' Hunger Games reality inspired show, and if I should go on it if he does it, even if real weapons are involved. I'll do it. I don't care. Goodbye.